I'm here with Henry today and Jason, and we are going to talk about nothing that you really need to know, but you never know what you need to know. So this might be very important to you. So
that's actually a great intro.
Excellent
for what's about to come.
Yeah, Jason, we were just in Vegas for 14 straight days.
Yeah, we were.
What was the protocol that got us through Vegas?
Well, it was glutathione every night.
We did a lot of glutathione. Okay. I went through 2 bottles of glutathione.
And glutathione's good for?
The hangovers.
Okay.
It's liver. You know, it's
all right.
It helps with it's a very strong antioxidant.
See, when you want the scientific answer, you look at the Viking. When you want the practical answer, you look right here.
Which is totally different because I would look at him and I just wouldn't want an answer. I'd look at you for the practical answer.
I'd look at you to save money.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Henry, you didn't last. You didn't.
Did you just save money here?
Did we?
Oh.
I'd look at you.
Jason, be like, how can I get a deal?
You gotta get a discount. How do we get a discount at? Do you know a guy that works that owns a store that sells that? Or
yeah, I think we can.
Do you have a cousin?
All right, so we got through glutathione.
A lot of glutathione.
It's glutathione.
Unfortunately, there were some unforeseen things in Vegas. Like, for example, somebody, I'm not going to name names, tripped at 3:30 in the morning running up a flight of stairs, turned his ankle completely upside down. I'm not going to say who it was.
We've all been there.
And it was a very injury-prone trip. Luckily, all I did was puke all over the side of a curb.
And the lawn.
Oh, yeah, there was the lawn.
The lawn was probably the worst.
Once again, that was self-induced, not by alcohol. Someone drugged me with...
Oh, God.
What's it called?
I don't even remember what that pill was.
No, it said Kratom crap.
That's right.
I'm not going to name names of who gave me that. They're like, oh, Kratom, try this. I'm like, what's Kratom? I'm like, does this, because it'll help because I was getting tattooed. He's like, oh, it helps with pain. I'm like, all right.
By the way,
Dude, I was effed.
In this particular case, the way to survive was just not take anything. Sometimes that is the answer.
Yeah, but good luck in Vegas not taking.
Yeah, well.
I like to ask what it was after I consumed.
Yes. That's a smart way.
That's exactly what he did.
That actually happened on Halloween. When you go, I've never done this before. This is amazing.
It happened multiple times.
Yeah.
I was like, what did you just give me?
Yeah.
So glutathione.
Yep.
That was
BPC for you.
BPC for the ankle.
Oh,
and the TB-500.
Did we just expose who it was?
It was me. It was me. I did it. I fell up the stairs.
Yes. Yeah. By the way, he fell up the stairs and then it was black. It was turning black. And then we gave him BPC, TB. And then he's like, oh, this is going to fuck me up. I got my race. I'm going to be... And then 2 days later, he's like, I think I can run on it. And I'm like, do not fucking run on it.
I did.
And then he runs on it. He goes, it worked. Like,
I did.
Oh,
2 days later, I mean, an ankle that probably should have been broken, let alone whatever. I was like, I just have to see.
It still turned black and blue a little bit, but it was
fully fun. I mean, I ran for probably 20 to 30 seconds on it on a treadmill.
That's all as far as you go. He did not win the race, by the way.
Winning is crossing the finish line, by the way. So yeah,
that's a participation trophy.
That's what you get, a little participation patch.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, the winners only get a participation flag. So what's the difference?
You attended.
I did attend. No, and I was able to run on it in 2 days, which is just absolutely crazy. And I will tell you, I think the injury actually saved me from Vegas because if you remember, when that injury occurred, one van was going home and one van was going to afters.
I didn't go to afters either.
I was on my way to the afters van, but then because I couldn't stand anymore, I went home.
Yeah.
So
I missed afters night too that night because that was my first night feeling somewhat okay.
After the...
Yeah, and it was still 4 a.m. I looked over.
It was
Tyler,
4 a.m, yeah.
I look at Tyler and I could see him kind of... Tyler runs all of the towel
clubs. This is the guy that was all the clubs with us.
Yes, Tyler. I could just see him kind of... He's got his suit on. He's kind of looking like, okay, I think I can get out of here without anybody else. And I look at him and I'm like, you're fucking leaving. He goes...
coming with you.
He goes, yeah. I go... And I literally booked it. And I'm texting him from around the club. I'm like, "Where are you, bro? I snuck out. Get the fuck out of here."
I got in the back. I got in the back of that SUV and just cried. I haven't been in pain like that
but in 48 hours.
You know when you're also like really drunk, but then also aware that like I shouldn't be in this much pain being this drunk.
Right.
And you still are.
Didn't you do it again?
Other ankle.
Excellent.
The other
6 days later.
No. That was the Vegas one. Was the second ankle.
Weren't you running from like?
I fell down the stairs.
Yeah, but you're running from like
I was running to the bathroom.
Oh, I thought it had something to do with trannies.
You fell up the stairs and down the stairs. Same set of stairs?
No. So
it's like a bagel rolling down. And a bagel bouncing up, baby.
The first set of stairs was in New York.
Put that on.
First set.
Sure, I'll get fucking crucified.
Sounds edited.
The first set of stairs were in New York.
Okay.
It was 4 a.m. and I was on my way to
Yes.
I think it was to Jay's house. It was one of the shoots for that shoot. Yep. And holding luggage in each hand, 4 a.m, just fell down the stairs and landed on the ankle.
Yep.
The other ankle.
Yeah, the first, which I thought was bad, but I didn't know what bad was until the second ankle. That I mean, you just make dumb decisions at that hour. I'm like, yeah, I need to sprint to the bathroom for no reason at all.
Usually I don't sprint to the bathroom until I start peeing myself. So yeah, it's definitely an alternative.
It was just like, oh, everyone's going to leave. I need to get to the bathroom. Like nobody told me to, like nobody looked at me and said, hurry up.
You just had that.
Well,
yeah.
no, he was having FOMO. Cause that was the second afters that I avoided. Remember? Cause I got in trouble. Not like with the law.
Right. All right.
Just with the group.
Just with life.
Yeah.
In general, I just was upset and decided.
How else did we survive?
So we had glutathione every day.
Oh no, we did a lot. We did NAD every morning.
Yes.
I usually do 75 milligrams. I was up to like 200,
Which is good for cellular health.
Yep, cellular health and RNA repair and all the brain function, mitochondrial health, all that good stuff, and it helps with addiction.
Huh? Which way?
Intensifies.
Yeah, I did a lot of all the brain ones because otherwise I was dead.
And those would be
Solank, C-Max. I think I had BDNF,
okay.
tesofensine. I actually was on 2 tesofensine by the end of that trip.
we did B complex and B12.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I would rotate. So I would do glutathione. I would do 1 cc a day, and I did glutathione, a whole one, and then the next day I would do half lipo-amino, half B complex.
Okay.
Then glutathione. I don't get hangovers that much, but a lot of people. So I was doing like alternate. I was doing like, okay, help the liver kind of thing. But yeah, that was working. I throw in like a little bit of methylbalamin B12 in there too for the energy. If I was a little more tired, we had to have some. But yeah, I mean, when we were going to like blow up cars and stuff,
And when you're not sleeping, it helps with the B12.
There was no.
Well, we showed up to the gym more than I thought we were going to too.
A lot of
almost
gym.
every day.
Yeah, I think
we did not miss. We really
I missed 3 days.
Going to the gym is hard on vacation, or this was not vacation. We were working
While traveling.
Yeah, while traveling in general.
Yeah,
we were like machines.
Yeah, and I would say the only reason we did. Yeah, remember didn't even go to bed really, and then we did that circuit training.
Yeah, that was
with
insane.
Zoe, because Zoe was like, "I'm just gonna foam roll." And I'm like, I felt bad. I'm like, I don't want to make her foam roll for like an hour and a half.
That's a lot of
that was a night gym. I mean, that was the thing. That was a night gym. You had to mix it up.
We'd already like been drinking for the day.
And this is not a hotel gym. We were going to Lifetime, which was like a solid 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
Or the other gym that was also 15.
It was a
Yeah.
commitment to get there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got there, and I'm like, all right, we got to get 5 of each body part exercise in less than an hour.
All right.
So we banged out biceps and back.
That was the hardest weightlifting workout I've ever done.
Yeah.
Weightlifting.
No sleep.
It was alternate machine.
We were, yes.
And we did 4 of each time.
There you go.
So we did 5 sets of 4 on each body part.
And we didn't want to lose our machines. So we would like look at each other and then like
All right,
1, 2,
go.
3, sprint, 1, 2, 3, sprint.
Because they're not, the back and bicep machines are not normally right next to each other. So
Right.
I was 50 feet that way.
On the
We're
whoop.
a cable machine. He's on a
So we got our steps in. We kept our heart rates up.
We were in zone
Yes.
2 and 3 for that entire workout.
time.
45 minutes. And we had like no time, 45 minutes.
Yeah, we were picking somebody up too.
and exhausted. Yeah, we had to go. I remember that's why we
Someone-
rushed it.
Yeah, she's like, I'll go with you guys. Oh, we had like a dinner that night.
Okay.
That's where the idea came from. We had 45 minutes, which usually we're like an hour.
I use an hour. I'm an hour and a half. I like hour and a half.
Hour and a half, 2 hours. Give
So
you
we
enough
had-
time.
we had
2 hours
40
is my own, like once a week on the weekend, I'll go in there. And it's usually because
got the
everybody
time.
won't stop fucking talking to me.
Right.
Sorry, I do love when some of you talk to me. Others, guess what? No.
Yeah.
This thing. It's I like talking to people if it's meaningful.
Mm.
It's when someone comes up and they don't actually have an intended question. It's just they finally caught your attention. And then they just decide to start going, so in your opinion, I'm like, oh no, I'm not here to solve your blood work issues in the middle of lifetime.
Speaking of blood work issues, that was the other thing in Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
We took blood tests in Vegas.
We went and took blood tests. This guy, that was one of the nights I actually went home early and he didn't, by the way.
He was sick.
And I was sick.
He was sick.
And he was like 45 minutes late. And by the way, I went in for all this blood test and then we get in to do the blood test.
This was unbelievable.
And I'm like, yeah, I need IGF-1, all this stuff. And she's like, oh, it's not on here. And I'm like, okay, well, I need it. Right? There's nothing in my vein yet. I'm standing like, okay, cool. Like throw something on here in a minute. Leaves, comes back. We walk up to go pay and they're like, oh yeah, I go, well, did you add your, she's like, oh no. And the head nurse is like, well, are we out of vials? She goes, no, but I was already in the room. Like she was so lazy. She didn't want to walk out the door.
I was confused. The last blood panel that I got before this, I had 14 vials of blood.
Yeah, and you're like
14. And there's like 3. And I'm like,
yeah, I was saying,
like
I'm like, I don't know if this seems like enough for, and so like,
for all the tests we're going to do.
Yes, yeah, right. So the nurse is like, well, did you grab, like, are we out of the vials? You know, they're color coded, right?
Cabinets right here.
Right. And she's like, well, we were already in the room.
And we're like,
and I'm like, all right, I'm going to lose my shit. Now I got to go do another blood test because this girl was so lazy.
So I had legitimately not slept the night before.
Yeah.
I did not come from a bed.
He Ubered there.
Ubered to the blood test.
I had to drive him back because he had to Uber from wherever the hell he was to get our blood test.
Okay, so I get to the blood test and I'm like, why are we? They put us in the same room. And I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? I'm like, this is like day 10. This is day 10.
We're deep into Vegas.
I got to find this.
Deep into no sleep.
We're many drinks the night before. I'm like, what is the point of this blood test? This is going to come back. These results are going to be like, I'm going to get a call from like the hospital. Like, hello, you must immediately check in. Like, sir, you are dying. We both get the results a week later back in California. And we sat in the kitchen and laughed because they were squeaky clean.
No, mine weren't squeaky clean. I have never had this good a kidney function since I can remember.
Really? My GFR off the charts.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna
lipid
pull
panel
2 just to prove the other one.
My lipid panel.
But I'll tell you where I normally am once I find, because I'm like pot committed because thank God we can cut.
my triglycerides were a 50. I've never had them below 100.
Dang.
And this is 6 months out from having them at over 400.
This is true.
So like the good news is, I think the moral of the story is if you're healthy most of the time, you could tank it for 2 weeks.
So to add to that, it sounds like peptides and partying improved your health.
I would say that would be.
I don't know if I want to promote that.
Like, no.
But I will say that it actually did happen.
There was supporting data to indicate a correlation between consumption and administration of peptides and surviving a party atmosphere for an extended duration.
This is how bad health advice gets on the internet.
Yeah, this is when I was just going in before, like I'm like, yeah, and all these haters out here. I'm like, people have opinions. Like this is one of those ones. If we promoted this as a good idea, you'd have every right to shit on me. Right. I'm not promoting this. We are just simply.
I think I have this also. I should have this here.
Yeah. What is it? Give me the title.
What was the name of it?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Just a simple anecdote.
Here I'm going to do this.
No, that's a menu. That's a menu.
I know John Kinney.
Mike, no, this is a Quest one.
John Kinney is my boy. He owns
Glutathione NAD+ for liver health, for cellular health, Samax BDNF for focus, lack of sleep helps offset that, so cognition. BPC and TB-500 in the event you find yourself injuring yourself, which could happen in Vegas.
Sure
We've all stubbed our toe. We've all.
I know it's Trim Body.
Trim Body.
And then and then we talked about B12, Myers complex, liquid amino for energy. Again, offsetting the lack of sleep. What about
thank you for visiting. Click here.
Was there any other peptides or products that you guys took?
I just searched my email for it. It came up.
What day was it?
Trim Body. I got the email on 10/13.
10/13. So
yeah.
I figure mine's probably about the same. Let's go. Go back to the 10s.
All right, save
Here it
that
is,
one.
labs.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna go back and luckily we can cut this. Okay,
Let's review the numbers.
So okay, so
Well, hold on. From drinking, let's be educational here. From drinking, what are things you would expect would be awful?
Okay, so when you don't sleep and you drink too much and your eating habits are poor and you're still going to the gym and trying to do all this stuff, like nothing is really good. Your kidneys are obviously not going to be happy because you're dehydrated.
Right. Your
liver's saying, F you keep trying to poison me to death.
Right.
Your brain function is probably a little bit jacked. Your cholesterol's screwed because you've been eating, filet mignon. Well, filet is actually good, but like ribeyes and all this crap food because everything's so decadent.
Cream of whatever.
Corn, all this stuff. By the way, our chef was awful. So you got this bad food. Probably the gut wasn't very happy with you. Just your blood panels. It's probably thinking you're fighting an infection. So your white blood cell counts. I haven't looked at this thing again yet. And I could reread this thing and go, wow, I must have been drunk when I read it out there. And it's just really worse. But I'm hoping it's what I remember. But I mean, pretty much everything on here should have just looked like you're about to die.
Right.
Right. Okay. So I get on and I'm like, okay, let's see here. My glucose levels are 91 normal. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's get to stuff that's like actually important. So
93 for mine on this test.
Look at that. I'm actually at better glucose levels than him. But granted, he still was coming from the party. Okay.
Heavy in it.
For me, I normally have the worst like kidney functions because of my size, everything I do, pinning, whatever. Right. So I have never had a creatinine scope level ever come in under the max range. So I normally am somewhere in the 1.6, 1.5, 1.7 sometimes. The range goes to 1.4. So I've never seen under that. I was at 1.34.
1.2. Wow. 1.2 here.
My bun has never been below 22 that I can remember. And it's been even higher. I was at 15. It goes 6 to 20.
Mine was at 22, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay. My EGFR, which you need to be above 60, is usually not.
Right.
I think last time it was 40.
And this is kidney health.
It's kidney health. I'm usually dressing on the one where they go, yeah, you're dying of kidney failure someday, so you got to watch it. I go to a nephrologist so I know I'm a little okay. I was at 67. I've never seen myself north of that, of like the number.
Where even is that on this?
I don't know. They don't like you. They liked me more. So they gave me, oh, wait a second. No, you got half the tests. I got half the tests. Instead of all getting all the
That's
tests.
what happened.
Yeah,
they only had enough blood. They knew we wanted more tests, so they just split it up.
So I'm like, okay, wow, this is the best my kidneys have ever functioned. So then I started going down. I'm like, okay, usually my livers and stuff like that, my AST, ALTs are like pretty. Usually there's not that very good anyway. And I'm like, okay, now I've been drinking for these things are going to be shot. So you want to be under 50, a 40 and a 43.
Wow.
And I will admit this. I had been trying to do a competition. So I was running some low dose Anavar for a while. So I thought my kidneys were already going to be spiked anyway.
Affects your liver enzymes.
Yeah. So usually I'm in like, I remember one time I was at 155, 165, from a show, which is bad. By the way, hepatitis is like 2,000. Right. So your liver recovers.
What were those numbers you were reading?
AST, ALT. Right. And by the way, everything on here is in the norm. I'm just going over the ones that I know.
This is kind of funny because I don't have those either.
You don't have any.
It's like a.
Oh no, here it is. AST. I had a 342 AST and a 119 ALT.
Okay, so here's another one.
Sounds about right.
Here's one that I usually don't do well either. Cholesterol.
Oh well, yeah, me either.
I'm just not the biggest veggie eater. Okay, so you need to be under 200. 179.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's what I said. And then you want your what really counts though is your triglycerides.
Very important.
Those are what. So like I have astronomically high VLDL.
Okay.
And they thought I was going to die. From like, they're like, you have blockages everywhere. So they all this emergency blood tests, all this stuff crazy. I did the whole arm. I go, actually, your heart's totally fine. Triglycerides, you want these things low. So you want to be under 150. Guess what my number was?
Around 100.
58.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And mine was in the basement.
Holy shit.
Yeah. My HDL was 38.
Which is good.
Yeah. It's just fine. The only thing that was a little bad was my LDL was 126, which you want
from the oral.
What?
From the oral.
Yeah.
That's going to raise your LDL a little bit.
And I run testosterone shit, right?
Which also is going to affect your lipid profile to a degree.
So anyway, all these things are just, oh, by the way, my PSA is a 1.
Okay.
My TSH is a 1. It's 0.4 to 4. So I'm like all the way at the bottom, which is great. My phosphorus is great. I mean, literally, you just keep going down.
My TSH was a 4.6. That's pretty high.
If you have elevated thyroid stimulating hormone, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't think, okay, this is my whole thing. So I run thin with, the thyroid is more than just weight.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's fine as long as you're in the range. It's just how your body type is.
Got it.
Right. So I've never taken anything when all those people were taking like T3, T4 during bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no fucking chance I'm taking that. The last thing I want to do is fuck that thing up and then you're fat forever.
Right.
So I never took it. So, but mine's all like, I run low, you know, but you know, my A1C was right in line, you know, creatinine, Oh, here we go. Here's a fun one. My cortisol was only a 13.2, full statin. It's always good. My DHEA was great. My IGF-1, you want 357.
That's a really good IGF-1.
Perfect. I always say 350 to 400.
That's really good range.
You run 350 to 400, right? This is where I might have effed up something. I might have injected myself with the wrong thing. This is not normally. This is where it goes wrong. Normally, this is when you know what? You probably gave me the wrong pin. Normally, my testosterone, I always run my testosterone right around 1250.
Okay. It's a good range.
I am on the over of 3000.
Would you take tests right before you?
I don't know what the hell happened, but I've never seen.
Dang.
And I don't even know what it was. It says over.
What did you say?
So
a good
just
range?
3,000 plus.
What range do you like for IGF-1?
I like to be right around like 1250.
1250?
IGF-1, 350 to 400.
Yeah.
Testosterone, 1250.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to be about 1250.
My IGF-1 at 200.
Okay.
See, that's like
and these are pre-test numbers. That's actually why I took this.
Yeah, it's pre-test.
It's pre-test.
So now like he's gonna go back after using like, you know, testosterone and all that stuff, and you can see where he goes, right? And then you know what's gonna help.
And you see what makes a difference.
What a lot of people don't understand, and you probably know this because I remember talking to you, and you're freaking smart as hell on this stuff, is if your estrogen levels suck, by the way, for all these people that go take testosterone, and then they just say, their doctor goes, oh, just take a blocker.
Aromatase inhibitor.
Which, by the way, I'm going to freak you out when I read what my estrogen levels are. But unless you actually have that trait to get breasts as a male, it doesn't fucking. So you don't need to. Estrogen is good for you. So you don't want to just block it for no reason. If you're having sensitivity issues and stuff like, yeah, you and it's high, block it. But don't just automatically take it because you can be shutting it down. Bad for the joints, bad for your sex drive, bad for your
mental health.
Mental health, your IGF-1.
Yep.
Like these are all things like, sorry, everybody. I know you're a dude. Cry. Get a tear in every once in a while.
Let it out.
No, it is. Like, I don't know what it is. Going in the air too. I fly with my brother. Like we always talk about this. Like, does every movie on an airplane make you cry? I'm like, yeah. I'm watching like slasher movies and crying on airplanes. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's atmospheric pressure. Anyway, so I got down. I'm like, okay, I've been really working on my estrogen levels because they were always in the toilet. They're always like 10, 11, 12.
Dang.
Yeah. So I was at a 108.
Estradiol?
High as 60. Yeah. So I was almost double the range. But this is another fun one for you.
So mine's at 36. Is that good, bad, or indifferent?
That's actually good. They say that if you're trying to, like bodybuilders, estrogen, they like being between 25 and 30.
It's the ratio.
It's
right.
Everybody's different.
Testosterone to estrogen.
Well, my testosterone levels, again, this is pre-artificial test, was 312.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
So you have lower test and on the slightly higher end of the range of estrogen, which is not good.
You're still under because I think the test goes to 60. So
60.7. Yeah,
you're still really good. What you just want to do is if you can keep your estrogen at that level while you're raising, what happens is if you're training your body weight down, you're going to get a more granular look because you're not going to hold as much water at that level. So you're going to look super shredded when you do that. And that's why, like, even when you bodybuild, when you go into a show, you drop testosterone last week because you don't want any estrogen formulating. You don't even give a shit about the testosterone anymore because the muscle tissue's there. Now you're trying to get every bit of water off of you. So
you just want to dry out.
You just want to dry out. So most people, unless I estrogen block now, I mean, I have veins and all that stuff, but these things turn into like crazy through my forearms when I let my estrogen drop because I start like they go through my abs and I get like, you could tell.
Veins in your calves.
Oh, I
you
still
get them
have
all
them.
run up and down your, yep.
Yeah, I still get them. Don't get me wrong, but these things get way.
Yeah,
like
leaf status.
Yeah, my skin, you know what it is? My skin just gets super thin on it.
Got it.
I get, because there's no water in my skin. But okay, this was fucked up. My free range, so your free range testosterone is supposed to be between 47 and 244. I was at just a mere 1221.
1221.
Which is probably why I was jerking off about 19 times.
So your total was 1250 and 1221 of it was free test. Meaning it was not bound by SHBG, meaning it actually could do what you want testosterone to do.
Yeah.
And so.
No, it was 1200 out of 3000.
No, 1200. Yeah. Well,
that's true. 3000 was that day.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was about a third-ish.
So that sounds like you may have just injected test right before a blood draw. With that much free test circulating and that high of a
you know
level?
what the thing is? I inject.
Mine was 80, so not great.
Yeah, no, that's not good
That's
at all.
not good
And
at
yet you perform like a madman.
Yeah, well, that's another one of your.
Oh yeah. That was the other peptides for Vegas. Make sure you bring your
stamina inducing.
Your PT-141 and you do a lovely blend and arrangement of orals. Not called Viagra because I hate Viagra. I never use it.
Tadalafil.
Sildenafil, and a couple others. There's a couple other fun ones you can kind of play with that work really well in conjunction with each other. It's a blend.
I love Tadalafil.
Tadalafil is great. I take it every other day.
Best pre-workout ever.
Yeah. Well, it's good for your heart. That's what but I don't have to do it as much. I found out. So I don't know how many people that are going to watch this are in their mid 40s, but I feel like this is when all the mid 40s people start going, you're not there yet. When you go pee, it just seems to take longer.
Yep.
And it's not there's nothing wrong with my PSH, right? So it's just a little hard to pee. Clotho, you walk up to there, you just are expressing your ability.
It's fire hose.
Yeah. It helps me with that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Tadalafil and Clotho.
Clotho by far, though. I've never done anything like this. I can literally pee 30 yards.
Yeah.
By the way, and if this ever does reach that, and who knows, and they'll probably edit this part out, but if you can't make fun of your friends about something as dumb as that, and if you get in trouble for that, I hate to say it, like you can call me a Wado, white ass, blah, 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 blah. I don't care what you call me because you're my friend. Like that's not a racist.
No.
Thing. You love bagels.
You're just roasting your friends.
The world has lost its mind.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
really
reality.
has.
That's the reality.
It takes that as like, now I'm a racist if that leaks. And
when the world
there's zero effing chance of that. If you look at the mixed group of everybody I hang out with, I don't even see color. I know people say, oh, we'll see color. I do, but I really don't associate.
Yeah, first of all, I don't see color. I don't see color as the stupidest thing in the world. Like if you're white, I see that, and if you're black, I see that.
I acknowledge it.
And if and the question is, does it matter? Right? That's the point.
Are you a douchebag?
Right.
Because I know a lot of white douchebags.
Yes.
That I would love to punch in the face. So, and some of them have my name, but this
first or last.
Well, I think I'm the only last name of mine because it's made up. My great grandfather, I believe, during World War II, and I could be screwing this up. I'm adopted, so I apologize if I do mess this up. But Dad would know. I can ask him tonight if I screw this up. But I know I only met my grandfather, right? Because adopted, whatever. So Grandpa Chuck, and I know that so it had to be before that because he's the third. Yeah, it had to be. It must have been World War I. So when they were going to fight the Nazis, he was German.
Two.
Oh, first you tried to fight. Oh, I guess the Germans. They're still fighting Germans. It was just.
They weren't called Nazis.
They weren't Nazis.
Yeah, they were just called Germans.
But it has in 4 generations. My dad's number 4. So it has to be the first one has to be back in World War I.
Right.
That would make sense.
Just by basic math it's World War I. Okay.
That tracks.
So
anything past your grandfather.
Yeah. So all my family, my dad ended it and I'm adopted. So he's like, yeah, whatever, do what you want. He didn't want to go to war with a German name against the Germans. He thought that someone would try to kill him, but he wanted to fight for the country.
Got it.
So they changed his name to Kruger because he thought it sounded more American from Kruger, KRU with the dots. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can tell a German name from.
Right.
So it's okay, it's still our name-ish, but sounds more American. And that's how they changed their name to Kruger. So he was the first, second, third, fourth. My dad was fourth, and now I'm Trevor because he adopted me. He never had a kid. So the bloodline ends. And by the way, he had 2 sisters. So Cruder is gone.
Your adoptive father has 2 sisters.
Yes. So there's no more Cruders. I am the last Cruder, like the last of the Mohicans.
That's such an interesting.
Dude.
Yeah. Kind of crazy, right? And like I said, it's made, I've never seen another one. Maybe someone else made it up lately.
I don't think that's a common.
Oh, wait, but
last
hold
name.
on. So your great grandfather only had 1 son? So you're
No, so that's what I'm saying. By the way it got down, there was no other male Cruders.
no, they're males. Just the first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. So
No sisters, and then no other brothers in there.
I'm sure there was, but they kind of died out too. Whatever. Like all now, like I'm the last Cruder from what we found out.
There's no cousins.
No, they're all other names. They're Knowles, Seleskis.
They're women. They're
Well, they married. Yeah,
Yeah, they're all women.
They took the names of their husbands.
No one to carry the name.
Yeah, I'm the last one, and I'm not having kids. I don't have. I
there
can't
goes
have kids.
that.
Yeah, so at least not born. I guess if I adopt,
Well, if you could adopt it and have another
yeah.
Cruder.
Or if I get married and they take my last name.
But the interesting part is you're already adopted, so the bloodline's already over.
No, because the bloodline goes through the wives, but the name.
Oh, the name
The
name
name.
with the blood.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be.
Even if you did, you're already adopted.
Yeah.
This would be a second generation adopt. It would just be name.
Yeah, maybe I'll just change the name again.
You could do that. Why the hell not?
$1,400 to do that in state.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could do whatever the hell you want.
Learned that this morning.
Why? What did you change your name to?
Well,
That
I
is-
was not interested.
You got to
changing
tell. You got to tell this story.
No. I had a lovely impromptu conversation with a.
Oh, what's the word we're looking for here?
Let's say
Did she have a fake?
a unique Eastern European individual,
Oh, this is the same.
Oh, okay.
This is definitely getting cut so I don't get killed.
and so I learned that the spelling of this individual's name was not approved by them, and so they looked into changing their name, and they said in the state of California it's $1,400 to legally change your name.
Yeah.
And when you apply for loans or whatnot, they usually ask, what are your previous residences?
Right.
They also ask what are your
Previous
previous names.
Yes.
Well, they have to because you have financials.
So I learned something new today.
There you go.
So if you ever wanted to change from Cruder to something else,
Yeah, I think it was like $200 back in the day because,
inflation.
yeah, well, the one of the greatest rock bands of all time, they made the Dirt. Why am I blanking on the name of it?
Motley Crue.
Man, he changed his
Nikki
name.
Sixx when he
Yeah.
burned his ID. Yeah.
It
I've
was
seen that
like
like
$200.
5
He
times.
went down in
You know what's
Documentary
crazy?
5 times.
You know what's crazy, and I hate to say this, but especially in a state like California, in the last, I don't know, let's call it 20 years with people's identities, name changes, I would
love you to
imagine.
explain that to me. What do you? I haven't noticed this.
I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it right there. But just to say that
Leave me be in the asshole.
that name changing has probably become a great business for the state.
Oh, it's a profitable venture.
Yeah.
Rates
So,
went up from 200 to 1,400.
I mean, that's probably, everybody wants to change their identity. We're gonna jack that price
cash
up a little
in.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my original name.
RRs.
Porn was Rap. RAPP.
That's a good name.
Yeah, not mine anymore. It was a good name, but I'm a Cruder. I'm cruder than you. Yeah. So anyway.
You never went by that though.
Well, no, since he threw me in a laundry basket, and never came home. I guess yes.
An actual laundry basket.
I believe I was left in a laundromat. Yeah,
So you were literally like the baby on the step in like a basket.
pretty
swallowed.
much. Yeah, like I'm out of here and never came home.
Dang.
God knows how much of this is true. I was 8 months old, so I have no idea.
Good story though.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, well, that's how I know it.
You know, I remember when they came out with that whole thing that if you could take a baby to a hospital or a fire department
And drop it off.
and you could drop it off. When that came out with my limited exposure to like the real world,
Yeah.
I was like, this is the dumb, like, why is this a thing? And then you hear that story and you're like, oh, I understand why that needs to be a thing.
Yeah. So other than that, Vegas peptides, we've digressed about 4,000% outside the bounds.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back a little bit here. So, you are new to the company, just started last week. Hopefully you are enjoying a little bit of some of it, but
Loving it.
I was blown away by how much you knew. You were in the collagen
Mm-hmm.
industry. So I'm going to quiz you right now.
Oh,
Let's go
I
for
love
it.
this.
See what we
Yeah, I
got.
know you're gonna.
I'll keep
What
score.
peptides would I take so I don't ever have to take your collagen product?
So you know what?
In theory,
There's a few,
okay.
right? Ideally, what I would start with is the GHK copper.
There you go.
It's going to help stimulate collagen synthesis. It's really good for the skin, really good for smoothing out the skin. So basically, it's going to turn on the machinery that your body's going to be using to produce its own collagen, integrate that collagen. Now, could you also combine that with BPC-157?
Could you?
Now, the interesting thing about here is that there's also a slight stimulation of collagen synthesis. Great for when I tore the meniscus on the right knee, used the BPC and TB-500. When I tore my pec in half, used BPC and TB-500. All the various aches, sprains, tears, rips from doing excessive weight training for years, BPC, TB-500 have been a mainstay. Could you take collagen peptides with those peptides? You could. You could see a synergy. You could also add a growth hormone secretagogue like CJC-1295. You could do something to that degree where basically now it's going to help with more synthesis, more recovery, more repair.
Speeds it up, so to speak.
Speeds it up.
Makes it faster.
So it's like, you know what? Do you want to take peptides every day that are going to give you all these other benefits without actually having to drink a collagen shake? You could. My argument is if there is a synergistic effect from the nutraceutical and the, I don't know if we can say pharmaceutical, but we'll say.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Naturopath, whatever. It is what it is.
Right. Look at this blend, look at this hybrid approach to providing a protocol to say, hey, you want to have healthy joints. You want to have less issues with, squatting down, going upstairs, jumping, whatever. You want to improve your range of motion, improve your flexibility. There's a lot of options. And beyond just your typical NSAIDs like ibuprofen, beyond just, your Aleve, beyond your prednisone or your cortisone, where it's basically saying is like, hey, we're actually going to degenerate the cartilage. Sure, we'll give you temporary relief. We'll give you transient relief. Oh my gosh, I took this corticosteroid, now I feel great. The problem is it wears off. You've actually done a lot more damage.
Yeah, you fuck it up even worse. That's why I tell people, unless you absolutely have to have it to function for a reason. Like, if I don't put this in your knee, you got to walk 6 miles to get out of Kilimanjaro. The volcano's going to explode on you kind of thing.
So be it.
Inject the steroid. But otherwise, try and fix it the right way. Otherwise, you're just making it worse.
Yeah. And then you could also look at stem cells.
Yep.
You could look at those. I mean, that's another alternative therapy.
It's a whole different.
We'll put that in its own category.
Yeah,
we'll put it in its own. We'll focus on peptides.
You don't know what it's going to do. Oh no, we make those too. So I mean, they are important to talk about. But like that is you might think that you're putting a stem cell in to create that. I'm going to work on my knee, and it just might go. I'm going to fix this thing over here that you had no idea you had going on, and it will never ever do anything in that sector, which is why stem cells. Now exosomes are different; they're a little bit more programmed, but stem cells they have a mind of their own.
Interesting.
They do what they want.
So we've got, to review, we got GHK copper, we got BPC-157, we have, there's a variety of secretagogues, we'll just say a secretagogue.
Yep.
In addition to that, something that would help with collagen synthesis, you could look at Cartilax. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep, Cartilax.
Cartilax is another peptide that helps with collagen production.
It's actually a bioregulator, which is a peptide, just real quick.
Bioregulator.
Yeah, it's very, very small.
And then beyond those,
no, you pretty much nailed it.
Okay.
No, you're good. Honestly, the one that if you're really trying to focus on collagen, and by the way, when I totally tore my face up or when I had nose surgeries, I did drink collagen because it is very good. You should be taking some of it that way too. But GHKCU is like, that is the workhorse.
Yeah.
That's the one that you run. And the crazy part, when I was talking to that conference last week, something that most doctors didn't realize is that GHK by itself does not create collagen at all. You have to bind it with copper, but you can.
Interesting.
Yeah. But if you have someone that's in the midst of cancer and they're trying to regrow hair and all this stuff, you almost don't want to use GHKCU because it can stimulate on a cellular level also cancer. It's not like it's going to grow cancer on you. It's not like a growth hormone type thing.
Right.
But if they wanted just any help they can get with skin, but GHK without copper does not do hair, does not do inflammation, does not do the whole list is shrunk from this to this on what GHK does. But GHK in the body, when you inject it, could bind to copper in the blood and then create some of those effects without forcefully stimulating.
Got it.
That's kind of where it is. But
got it. Okay.
So you have a product like Clo, which has your GHKCU in it.
Yeah. So
and then those other things that Henry talked about too.
Well, KPV is the other one in there, the Clo, and KPV is extremely good at wound healing type things, scar tissue, because BPC and TB-500 working on inflammation and muscle and bone and all this stuff, it doesn't focus as much as like on skin as like KPV does.
So KPV, GHK, CU, TB-500, and BPC-157.
Yeah. But I'll be honest, like the TB-500 really is just barely used. I actually like the BPC, even that small dose. It really just helps for the injection as well, because it
brings down the PIP.
Yeah, you're chemical burning yourself.
Right.
Injecting GHK-CU. I mean, I remember the first time I did it, I had a football sized.
Your body gets used to it though. It
does. I just do the muscle.
After like 5 or 6, well, I do muscle also for that, but after like 5 or 6 weeks, I don't feel it at all, like zero.
But this is the thing. So there are women that will so we make like GHK-CU copper topicals.
The creams,
and we have hyaluronic acid, which is heavily absorbable in the skin. So what you'll see them do is they'll microderm their face and open it up and put that in. You will see red flushing from the chemical response of GHK-CU getting that far and that quick. Literally, we had to reduce the amount down in the eye serums because it was doing the opposite. It was making them get
irritated,
really red and irritated because
no.
Yeah.
So
okay. A very small amount of it in there, and we do some other products instead. But like you use Snap 8, which actually helps with like, think of it like a baby Botox in a sense, for the thing. It helps with relieve the nerves and lets the skin kind of go back to normal, like the wrinkles. But yeah,
other questions.
Yeah,
collagen in general, nutraceuticals. Besides collagen, also sold amino acids. So all the EAAs, the essential and the non-essential.
Okay, I have one for you.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so common misconception. We're going to go outside the peptide world. A lot of people, I heard that like 70% of the shit you buy on Amazon is fake or doesn't work. CAAs, vitamins. What is your thought on that? Or is it BCAAs aren't BCAAs? So if I go buy, Alpha, or I don't make aminos. There's actually a company called Alpha Aminos out there.
There's several.
Yeah. But if I do them, or I use On, or I use any of these big producers, are they really
making a difference?
Are they really any of a difference other than one looks really cool, or some big buff guy was holding the bottle for you and you decided to buy it?
So great question. So if we want to go to the initial thing of, is 70% of the stuff on Amazon worthless or ineffective? Let's narrow that down to just focusing on BCAA or EAA or amino acid products. All right. So if we just focus on that, okay, we have our BCAA, which stands for branch chain amino acids. The reason they're called branch chain, they're consisting of 3: leucine, isoleucine, valine. I'm sure you're very familiar with this. This is more educational for you.
Sure is.
Now, the reason they're called branched is because when you look at the structure of an amino acid, the R group, which basically it's a unique to each of the 20, that R group looks like a branch, hence branch chain. Okay. So leucine, isoleucine, valine, those are your branch chain aminos. If we were to wind the clocks back to, let's say, the 90s, early 2000s, this was a mainstay, staple. Anybody that was into bodybuilding, anybody that was into weight training, anybody that was going to say, hey, this limits muscle protein breakdown. This extends time of training, so it promotes endurance and stamina. This is an immediate fuel source that's rapidly growing to the bloodstream. You don't have to digest it.
Calories.
There are calories to it, but not a caloric bolus similar to whey protein or a full protein structure.
Yeah, sorry, that is slightly misspoken. But let's say you are trying to work out fasted.
Yes.
This is not going to go, oh, you're releasing sugar, glucose, all this stuff in the blood. I'm going to use that as my energy source. You're going to be pulling also from your fat still. It's not this caloric intake that might be distracting your body from trying to get what you're trying to get off.
Exactly. So BCAAs came out, right? Then EAAs, you probably heard this, you've probably seen it on products. EAA stands for essential amino acids. So of the essentials, basically that means is you have to get them from your diet. Your body cannot make the essential amino acids. There's 9. The 3 BCAAs, which we described, leucine, isoleucine, valine, lysine, threonine, phenylalanine, methionine, histidine, and tryptophan.
Just so everyone knows, there's no teleprompter in here. This is
all from his head.
Yeah,
like I said, that's why when I met him, I'm like, this guy's really fucking smart.
So with those, basically, if you look at the daily recommended intake, the DRI, it says 50 grams of protein is considered 100% serving, significantly outdated. But the reason they're getting that is because they're accounting for the consumption of these EAAs, these essential amino acids, 9. There's 11 non-essential amino acids, meaning your body can make them. It rather would get them from the diet. There's conditionally essential like arginine, meaning your body can make it if it has to. It would rather consume it externally so it doesn't have to work. One of the basic pillars of biochemistry is your body's lazy. It wants to have the least amount of effort to do whatever you're asking it to do. Hence, adaptations occur, right? So, that being said, BCAAs were hot shit. EAAs were viewed as the evolution of BCAAs. The way I always like to explain it was, think of, because you have to go back and say, well, why are you taking them, right? We talked about the lower caloric surplus. We talked about the immediate fuel source. We talked about helping in those that are doing fasting. We talked about during training, this helps extend the workout, stuff like that. Also, it flavors your gallon jug of water, so you're not just sipping water. And they come with all these fruity flavors.
And if he had one of those right now, he'd stop coughing.
Yeah, or just water.
Oh, or that too.
Describe it was, and I will answer the question. First, we're going to go into the science.
You're just going to keep going.
No. Is basically saying it's like, all right, well, what are they taken for, right? Helps with muscle growth, helps with mTOR activation, mammalian target of ripamycin, which basically is like the anabolic repair recovery pathway. Think of it like this. If you're sitting there as a consumer and you're like, I got BCAAs, I got EAAs, I know I'm supposed to take these around the workout time. What's the difference? Think of it as the cell is the job site, right? Construction job site. Leucine is the foreman. It has the blueprint.
Yep.
It can turn on RNA. It can stimulate mTOR activation. Basically, leucine knows what to do. Would you rather have the foreman with 2 workers or with 8 workers? Do you want to have leucine, isoleucine, and valine, BCAAs? Or do you want to have leucine with all the other ones, EAAs? Think how much more you can get done. Think how much more effective that product's going to be. Now, the question always remains, it's like, well, if I'm eating enough protein,
doesn't even matter.
Do I need to take these EAAs and BCAAs at $44.99 if you're 30% off, you use the codes, or $54.99, or it's like they're all these fruity flavors. Is this a necessary supplement in my arsenal as I'm going on my fitness journey? The question then needs to be evaluated as A, are you consuming enough protein? If you're eating your weight in steak daily, you're getting plenty of amino acids, plenty of essential amino acids. Again, I said steak, not plants, because we want to talk about complete proteins. Plants are more complementary. Usually they're lacking one of the essentials, hence they're not considered a complete protein. You don't necessarily need the EAAs. The reason that I like to take them is during training. If we're training 2 hours, if we're training 3 hours, I'm not sitting down in between a set of squats and taking a bite of a ribeye. Number one, that's the last thing I want to think about is food. Number 2,
you got a steak knife, fork. You didn't just pick it up.
Should we go film that video?
We should
in Lifetime. And there's a chef like cooking up the steak.
Just do one
Benny
set.
Like on a robo
shrimp in his mouth.
like a robotire grill, just flipping it to him.
Yep.
But it's like, with that being the case, it's saying like, okay, as I'm training, this is going to help with energy. This is going to help with focus. It helps prevent fatigue. Because yes, it is an energy source. Yes, it helps mitigate some of the damage that I'm doing as training. Think of it as I'm digging the hole as I'm filling it back in.
Is there another way to do that at the gym though?
So as far as from a supplement standpoint or as far as from a
yeah, sure.
You could take other products. I mean, you could do electrolytes. Electrolytes could be hydrated, sure, but it's not necessarily a fuel source.
I was going to say, I mean, there's people that you see that take, like, I take twice a week. I eat carb load while I'm doing it. So I drink carbs, straight carbs, because those are fast.
Dextrose.
Yeah.
You do your highly branched cyclic dextrins. So
now, what about the idea for folks that just go, well, I'll just eat before I go to the gym?
You could do that too.
No, you can't. There's no wrong. If you are looking to gain muscle mass and weight, eat. But
real food. Actual food.
Yeah, that's better.
That's what I'm saying.
But for me, I have a completely different workout standpoint because I eat so much effing food all day. I try and cut my fat off of my body by working out fasted 4 of the days of the week. I like putting my body through it, but I use BCAAs, EAAs, that kind of thing with a little of pre-workout before. Anyway, let's get back to the original question. how many of them actually work, and what is the actual?
Oh, yeah.
Are they actually different? If I put, because from a science standpoint, there's 3 or 9.
Right.
Does it really matter who the hell puts the 3 or the 9 in there? Is there a difference? So, like for me, if someone goes, is there a difference between BPC for me or BPC for someone else? The short answer to that is no, there shouldn't be.
However,
But to make them, pHs could be off.
Right.
Peptide content could be on. Purity could be off. Sterility could kill you. Endotoxin could be high, make you sick, fever, sweaty. There are things that are in there that can be bad. In a food supplement, those are far less because you're not injecting them. But from an ounce, if I was to go pick up and all these guys have essentially the exact same thing in them, is there really a difference?
To the same degree you evaluated the difference in quality of peptides, you can also evaluate the difference in quality of supplements.
Good. So explain that in 30 seconds or less. Because this is important, because I actually want to know from you, because you were in the industry, because you're not going to blow smoke on my ass. So in 30 seconds, tell me why I should buy one amino acid supplement over another.
The things you want to look at is, 1, the type of amino acid, how it was manufactured. Similar to peptides, you have production via fermentation,
Okay.
extraction,
Okay.
or synthesis.
Which one's best?
Fermentation.
That's the same in my industry. Okay.
Fermentation means you start from plants. So they're vegan, plant-based, highly pure. Extraction means you typically start from an animal source. The animal source, the most commonly used, are either duck feathers or human hair. I did not specify where the hair comes from, nor did I specify if the hair was voluntarily collected. We will leave that alone. And then you have synthesis, which is basically a chemical reaction, right? So fermentation, extraction, or synthesis. Fermentation is going to be the best. Typically, it's going to be the cleanest. Usually, you don't have to use a lot of solvents, because when you're taking the duck feathers of the hair, what you're doing is you're extracting the keratin.
Yeah.
You're treating it with a lot of stuff, keratin's proteins made up of amino acids. You're pulling out those, you're isolating it. So fermentation, extraction, synthesis, there's a difference in terms of quality. When it comes to purity, when it comes to transparency, when it comes to basically what's on the C of A, but what was not reported on the C of A, but that's actually in the product, are there other amino acids present? For example, leucine. When we were evaluating the leucine for the company I was working for versus competitor leucines, we made fermentation amino acids. Our leucine was 99.97% leucine. What was on the label was in the box, right? When we looked at competitor samples of leucine, not only did we find leucine, but we found other amino acids not typically disclosed. Isoleucine.
Which is like using a mass spec to find out what's in a bottle of a peptide.
Exactly. Now, some, there's no issue. But when you also have presence of phenylalanine and you're not disclosing it on the label because either A, the manufacturer didn't do the test, or B, they did not want to disclose that, to you and I, that makes no difference. But if you have someone with a condition like PKU, in which they cannot consume phenylalanine because it will cause detrimental effects to their brain and ultimately kill them, this is a major red flag. So not only do you want to look for the quality, the purity, so there is a difference when it comes to where did they get their amino acids from?
But they don't post any of this. So how do you know?
Usually in that case, it's going to be how much are they willing to disclose?
So let's look for the more information generally means that they're being open because they know they did it in the right way.
If
So
I have
wanna tell
nothing
you.
to hide, I would tell you. If I'm going to put on the label fermented, plant-based, then usually that's an indicator of quality. It's what they're not putting on the label.
What if I put nothing to hide?
Then you'd list out your excipients and flavor extracts to the milligram of
Perfect.
what else was used in that. There's
yeah, but
brands that
doesn't
do
but
that.
isn't there all that's also a business problem because
Yeah.
then anyone can copy it.
Yeah.
Again, you could look at proprietary blends in which basically you say, all right, I'm giving you 5 grams.
In an
of
industry where
aminos.
you don't have to disclose
Well,
anything.
I just think that, in a week that we're in with Thanksgiving, I think the ultimate, essential amino acid that we should all take before our workouts is tryptophan. So enjoy your turkey on Thursday.